I'm Kathy Prescott, and my family and I, we moved into the Wilhelm house in the summer of 2008.
I think when we first moved in, we felt something, a presence. When we bought the house, we didn't really know much about it. All we knew was that the previous owners kind of moved away pretty fast.
Since the house was so cheap, we didn't pay much attention to the details in the house, but strange things started to happen after we moved in with the family. It just wasn't normal.
The trouble started after just a few nights. We would hear footsteps in the hallway and slamming doors. Kathy even made me get up a couple times just to make sure we weren't being robbed.
One day when John was off at work and I was getting ready in the bathroom to go meet up with my friend Stacy, I looked down in the hallway and the lights were turning on and off all the time. It was just very strange. And I went out there and I looked, and there wasn't even a light bulb in the socket.
When I got home, Kathy told me what happened. She was completely freaked out, and she said she never wanted to be left alone in the home again.
It's so stressful sometimes because John didn't know what I was really experiencing yet. He didn't get what I was talking about. He wasn't quite experiencing what kind of level I was.
It wasn't that I didn't believe Kathy. I had kind of felt the same thing in the house for a while, but I knew it was only a matter of time before I actually witnessed something. One night I walked into her room to get my keys. There was something in there watching me, but I didn't know for sure until I turned around and looked in the mirror. And that's when I saw someone behind me with a bloody sheet over them. But when I turned around to look at them, all I saw was the sheet on the floor. Me and Kathy had talked about bringing a pastor in to help cleanse the house. But whatever there was really no need to, because it had never done anything to hurt us. It slammed doors and all that stuff, but it never really came in contact with us, so I never really saw a need to.
I agreed on waiting to bring over a pastor over right away because it didn't seem right to bring a pastor over quite yet.
One afternoon, a friend had came over. We hadn't really experienced anything else paranormal for a while, so we had thought whatever it was just kind of went away. When my friend went upstairs to go to the bathroom, all of a sudden I started hearing him yell from the other room. And when I went in there, I saw him at the bottom of the stairs. He said someone had pushed him.
I was headed downstairs when out of nowhere, I was pushed hard. And when I looked up, there was no one up there.
We took him to the hospital and found out that he broke his leg pretty badly. Whatever did it had a bigger intent than just to break his leg. But he doesn't come to our house anymore because of this.
After we had one of John's friends over, it just kind of crossed the line. We had to call the priest, and the priest had to come over, and we took it from there.
As soon as I stepped into that house, I felt an unwelcomeness. It felt as if something wanted me out. As I was going through some of the rooms, I found it hard to breathe. As soon as I tried to leave the room, I felt a sharp pain in my back.
I saw a father kind of dazed walk out of the room, and when I walked up to him, he asked me to take a look at his back. And when I looked at it, there were scratch marks all over it.
I told the couple plain and simple that the church could not help them. There was nothing I could do.
After Father Donnie came over and he told us he couldn't help us anymore, we just decided that it would be best to sell the house and move.
I didn't want to move. I really thought there could have been more done about this. Recently, me and Kathy have been looking at old pictures of when we first moved in, and looking back on them, you can see a transparent woman getting closer and closer in each one of the photos.